Hi, this is Cleo.Townsend. I'm going to take you through a brief demonstration of Oracle's Mobile CRA application. What you see now is my background on my Apple iPad. So you'll see my CRA toolset, some of the apps that I might need to do my job as a CRA, including, say, Oracle BI for accessing Oracle Clinical Development Analytics, Siebel Clinical on the iPad, Keynote for presentations, a link to Inform as an example. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go right into Mobile CRA. So I click on Mobile CRA and I'm going to log in. So I put in my username and my password and I go to log in. On the upper left, what you'll notice are the studies that I have access to. CFRN 4563 and AMXN 9374. When I click on one of these studies, you'll see it shows me the sites that are associated with that particular study. Here for CFRN 4563, there's Massachusetts General and Lakehead General Hospital. If I click on AMXN 9374, we'll see the sites associated with that particular study. Baltimore General and Geraldine General Hospital. Let's go back up to CFRN 4563 and then we're going to click now on Mass General. What you'll also notice in that particular site are some details that are coming in from Clinical Development Analytics. So you'll see details around enrollment, subjects per week, open discrepancy information, SV ready, records per week. So I'm getting some good detail around what's going on at that site. So this overall view that we're looking at is our site at a glance view. So some of the information that we have coming in is coming in from Siebel CTMS. So that detail around the studies and the given sites, as well as those contacts that we see on the right, and information about the related locations, all of that's coming in from Siebel CTMS. As mentioned, the enrollment information, some of those key metrics are coming in through Clinical Development Analytics. So said a different way, Mobile CRA leverages both Siebel CTMS and for metrics, Clinical Development Analytics. We also see information around site visitation. It's been 62 days since the last site visit. There have been 2 completed site visits. And we have information around queries per 100 items, query response time, the number of CRFs to be verified, as well as adverse events. You'll see, of course, if I go to Lakehead General Hospital, I see similar detail for that particular site. We'll go back over to Mass General Hospital. Then we'll look down at some of the icons down around the bottom of our screen. You see trip reports, alerts, contacts, check-in, map, and subscription. So let's take a look through some of those. Let's start with the trip report process. I click on the trip report button down there in the bottom, and you'll see in that upper left area that I'm focused specifically on CFRN 4563, that particular study. But I also have 2 templates available to me, or 2 planned site reports available to me. The first is Mobile Site Visit 001, the second 002. Let's select 001. I have some high-level information here around that site visit, quick description, indication of who the PI would be. But let's go ahead and create that site visit report. I have available 2 templates, the Mobile AT7 and the Mobile AT8. Let's select the Mobile AT7. I click Create, and now what's happening is Mobile CRA has gone out to bring down the information associated with that site visit report. So it's gone through, determined what the formatting of that report should be, what sections should be included, and brought that down. that trip report has been created, so I'll click OK. So I have some high-level details up here in the About section. I'll scroll down a little bit, and you can see who the attendees would be. Daniel Peich would be the planned attendee, the primary attendee here. But if I click on the plus sign, I can indicate who else I might be planning to speak with or who I have spoken with on site. So let's go ahead and select Jerry Carter. I'll click on the Done button. So I've added Jerry Carter to the list of attendees. As I'm on site, I can go through, walk down the hallway and fill this out, or just sit somewhere and do this, or do this while I'm on the train after having left the site. I'll take you through some of the additional areas of the site visit report as we go through and complete it. So as you see here, there is a sections area here. So let's go in and take a look. If I go into Conduct Site Training, you'll see that it says Required. I click that, and let's go ahead and make an update around conducting data entry training. I've marked that as being completed, and now you'll see it's leveraging our SOPs to indicate that there's more information required based upon noting that that has been completed. So I'm going to click on that red exclamation mark, and it notes that there are comments that are required. So let's go ahead and enter some relevant information here. So I'll just note that the training has been completed. Now I'll click where upper center here where it says Conduct Site Training. I'll click on that to go back. Now I've noticed that I need to go ahead and populate information around conducting AE report training. We'll click on that. Note that that's been completed, and similarly to what we saw before, there's more detail required. So in this case, our SOPs indicate that when I have completed that task, I need to provide more information. So now I've completed that section. We're going to go ahead and click on Massachusetts General up top to take us back to the original site visit report, because we'd gone down into the section a little bit to provide information around the conduct of the site training. Now let's take a look at our checklist items. You'll see that the drug accountability has not been started. We'll make note of the fact that we have completed that drug accountability, but we also need to make sure that we update the line here on the checklist item that says that we need to provide detail around the checking of the supplies inventory. So I click on that exclamation point and provide some detail around that. So I've provided my comments and my feedback. If I need to, I can add an additional checklist item the same way we've added an additional attendee, in this case by clicking on that plus sign to the right of the checklist items banner there. Down below you'll see that we have the follow-up items that have been carried through. Those particular follow-up items would have been carried from prior site visit reports, and so because they have not been completed, they'll show up on this site visit as well. If I need to add additionals, the same way as I added additional attendees, I could click on the plus side to add additional follow-up items. Now that I've finished providing the detail that I need to provide around this site visit report, I'm going to click on the button down in the lower center to save to CTMS. The first thing it's going to do is actually prompt me to make sure that I am the same person who logged into the system. This is providing for CFR 21 Part 11 compliance, trying to make sure that erroneous information tied to that site visit report is not ending up back in that CTMS. For the sake of this exercise, I'm going to go ahead and put in the wrong detail. It indicates that authentication has failed, Now we're going to go and try it again, and we're going to put in the right information. As you'll see, it's now submitting that trip report, and it has been submitted for approval. As part of the approval process, that trip report will end up in my manager's inbox so that she can go through and provide her feedback. That information would be either reviewed inside of the CTMS by a given reviewer or directly reviewed by the approver. So there we have that flexibility. Let's take a look at a few other things that I can do within Mobile CRA. As mentioned, I have the alerts capability. So alerts that are coming in from clinical development analytics are made available to me here. So that if there are, let's say, enrollment thresholds that haven't been reached at a given site, or there are particular issues or milestones that have not been accomplished at a given time, I can get a little bit of early warning as to what's going on so that we can take proper action. We chatted a little bit already around the contacts, so that the fact that those contacts are being synchronized and brought in from the Siebel CTMS system. If I click on Jerry Carter as an example, it will say, hey, do you want Mobile CRA to access your contacts? I'll click OK, which will give me the capability to synchronize Jerry Carter out to my device so I have that information at hand at any time. Now we'll go in and take a quick look at the check-in functionality. In certain circumstances, some site visits have been indicated to have occurred, but unfortunately the CRA was not at that site at that given time. This check-in facility provides the CRA the ability to provide an indication that she was actually at the site where she was supposed to be at the given time. So I've clicked on that particular site visit, and it's asking me, it says Mobile CRA would like to use your current location. I'm going to click OK and allow for that, and you'll see it narrows down to the given location, leveraging the GPS capabilities within the iPad device. If I click on the record your location, ask me if I want to confirm, and that will send that detail back to the Siebel CTMS, providing an indication of my latitude and longitudinal location. The map capability also allows me to see all of the relevant sites tied to that given study. And lastly, subscriptions. A little while ago we went into alerts. Well, those alerts can be made available to me for me to subscribe to. So I can subscribe to study-based alerts as well as site-based alerts. So that completes our quick overview of Mobile CRA. Thank you.